Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Rohitash. In today's videos, we will learn how to create a brand new React project using Vite. And then we will learn Tailwind CSS using React. We will go step by step from setting it up, running it locally, exploring the files. So let's get started. Alright, let's open a terminal and run this command. To create a React app, and npm create with latest react project using tailwind css. You will see different options to create a project. So let's choose react. Then we have to select the variant. So we will go with the typescript with swf. Use roll down wheat. No, because it's experimental. Install npm start now. Yes. Now project has been created. So let's run the project using npm run dev command. Now you will see this localhost URL 5173. Let's copy it, open the browser, open next tab, paste it, run it. Now you will see this home page Vite plus React and everything looks fine. So our project has been set up. Now we are going to learn how to use Tailwind CSS with React. First, we already created a React app using Vite. Now it's time to set up the Tailwind CSS. So open the Google Chrome and search Tailwind CSS. Click on first link, then click on docs. Then you will see get started with Tailwind CSS. Here is the installation process using Vite. We just need to copy this npm install Tailwind CSS command, copy it, go to the terminal and stop this project and paste the command and install it. Now Tailwind CSS has been installed. Let's do some minor configuration for Tailwind CSS. Open v.config.ts file and copy this Tailwind CSS function and add this inside a plugin. Now open index.css file and remove existing CSS and import the Tailwind CSS. Let's verify the Tailwind CSS. So I'm copy pasting this Tailwind CSS syntax inside app.tsx. So let me remove existing HTML and then paste it. What I am doing here, by default this button background is busy gray 500. When we hover, then it will show busy blue 500, and on hover the text color become white. Let's save it and run the project. Npm run dev, then open inside the browser and let's refresh it. The button is visible with text color black and background is gray. When we hover, it become a blue and white. So our Tailwind CSS has been set up successfully. What is Tailwind CSS? Tailwind CSS is a utility first CSS framework that let you design directly in your HTML or JSX using predefined classes without writing separate CSS files. It's fast, responsive, and perfect for modern front-end deployment. So, a utility first CSS framework means that instead of writing custom CSS rules in separate file, the framework provides a pre-built-in class names for individual CSS property. For example, I have created this card layout using HTML. Basically, I have created this HTML structure. Next, I will recreate the same layout using Flex CSS and then again with Tailwind CSS. This will help you clearly see the difference between them and understand the concept of utility classes. So let me do the inspect element. To horizontally align, I need to write display flex. Then on card, let me add some background. Then what I will do, I will just copy the class name and go to the CSS file and write down the CSS display flex background, and let's add some gap 10 px. So some basic card layout has been completed. I have written the CSS for every class in CSS file, but in Tailwind CSS we have already classes for this CSS rules like display flex. We can use flex, gap we can use gap 10, background we can give this background directly into the markup language means on this HTML. Now I will create same design using Tailwind CSS. So let me remove this CSS and undo this Tailwind CSS import. So as we know, on the card we need to add the flex, display flex. So there is a utility class flex. Let me show you. We can click on the search icon, search display, then you will see the utility classes for every display property. I need to use display flex, so I will copy this flex utility class. So I added it. Then gap, there is a syntax. Let me show you gap. So we can use these gap utility classes. If you want to use some specific px value, then we can use this gap hyphen then value px 10 px. On card we need to add a background, so we can use background same as above syntax and then ccc, save it and check. So I have added the background but it's not showing, so I did a mistake. I need to check the background utility class. So it's a bg then hyphen then value. So let me fix it. bg for background then this one, then save it and then check. So now the CSS has been applied. Let me remove the other one. I can copy the same card and paste it, then you will see the card layout. So that's why in the Tailwind CSS we called it's a utility first CSS framework, because you can see in the documentation they have created almost the utility class for every CSS rule. I have this free HTML template. I will show you how to recreate this classic brand layout using React and Tailwind CSS. First of all, let me build the HTML structure of this template. If someone create the HTML structure perfectly, then he can easily write down the CSS to achieve this HTML template. To create the HTML structure for any design, we need to think in terms of box model, which means everything is enclosed within a boxes. For example, in this template we have a one man box. that contains three sections: header, then this mid section, then footer. These three boxes exist inside main container box. Let's go ahead and create the HTML structure. Div dot main container, inside that div dot header, then div dot mid content, then div dot footer. Since the header in this template is fixed, we need to create all other section inside this header container. So I will create one wrapper or box at the top of this header. Then I will create a left section for menu and right section for search bar. So I am making it header fixed. Then this is for header. This is for header wrapper, and inside that I will create div dot menu wrapper. Inside that menu wrapper I will create ul dot menu, then I will create li like home, tour, then contact, then more. This is left section, then I will create div dot search, the right section. Inside right section we have a search icon. To save the time, I will copy paste a pre-built search input layout from this Tailwind CSS. The form structure is already created there, so we can reuse it directly. So copy and paste it here and do some formatting. Next, we need to update the syntax. So I will select all the class attribute and change them into class name as required. Then I will refresh the layout. So my search input layout is showing here. So HTML structure for header section has been completed. Now we will start using utility classes to achieve this header. Whenever you design something with Tailwind, first step is to decide which layout technique you want to use, Flex or Grid, because Tailwind has a lot of classes, pre-built classes. Tailwind has the classes for the Flex, Tailwind has the classes for the Grid. So to design this header, I will choose flex. So I will design this header using the flex. You can design your layout first using browse inspect element. So you can design your layout using flex CSS. Then you can simply find the equivalent classes in Tailwind CSS. Since the header needs to be stick to the top, so I will apply width 100%, position fixed, then top to 0. On header wrapper I will apply display flex, justify content space between, item align center. Then on menu wrapper I will apply display flex. Then on UL I will apply first display flex. On menu upper parent wrapper I will apply some background color and text color white. Now I can design the li. So on li I will apply cursor, pointer, padding left right 24 px. Now I will find similar classes in the Tailwind CSS and then write down on the HTML element. So in header I have applied position fixed. So for position fixed I have a fixed class in Tailwind CSS. So I will apply here fixed. Then after I have applied width 100%, so in Tailwind CSS we have a width full class. So I can copy paste and I can apply here. The next is top 0. So in Tailwind CSS it's a top 0, and I can also apply some Z index, so it's a Z1. That's it. Then I can go to the next header wrapper. So in header wrapper I have applied display flag, justify content space between, so I can find the similar classes. So similar classes is flex, is justify between flex 1 and bg black and text white. So I will apply these classes for header. On menu wrapper I have applied only display flex. So to apply display flex there is a class only flex. On UL I have applied first display flex, so I will apply flex. On LI I have applied cursor and padding. So let me add class on this one first, class name. So I can copy paste the class name from here for the li. So on li I will apply, so this is for left right padding, this is for top bottom, and on li on hover I have provided bg gray, background gray, and text color black, and cursor pointers. So these classes I have all applied. Now I can save and I can run it. When I run it, then I will check the padding is not applied. So let me check that. So this is the padding mistake. We have chosen wrong padding classes. So what I will do, I will change that padding classes. So I can select all, then I will write padding left 24 px, then padding bottom 12 px. Then I will save it and I can check. Something is wrong. Okay, so basically for whole project I have applied margin 0, padding 0, so that is a wrong. So I need to remove that, then save it, then I will check our menu is created. Let me apply previous syntax. So that is the mistake for margin padding, not for the syntax. So the previous syntax is px20 for px, py12px for top bottom and left right. Let me save it and check. When I check it, it is working fine. So on element, there are multiple classes written here which are same. So how to avoid these classes and how I can create the common class in Tailwind CSS. So there is a syntax. So what I will do, I can go to the index.ts and I can write nav bar, the common class name, and then there is a syntax at the rate apply, and then I will copy paste these class in front of decorator, and then I can copy this neighbor class name and then apply all these li's. Then save it. Then I can also save this index.css file, and I can also check, yeah, syntax is correct. Then I will check on the front end side. So the class name navbar is applied. So on navbar, internally all these classes are applied here. So this is the syntax to write a common class in Tailwind CSS. So in conclusion, I have already developed this website design using Tailwind CSS. So what I have done, I have just copy paste the HTML and CSS, and now you can see the design looks like that. So it's a little bit similar to the w3school.com, that is example we picked from the starting of the video. So in conclusion, Tailwind is very simple CSS. So basically, instead of writing the class name and then apply the CSS, we can apply the pre-built classes name to the element directly. That is the only Tailwind CSS. So you can download this template from my github.com. I will provide the link in the description. And if any confusion, you can comment on my video. Thank you for watching this video.